welcome to this Pilates Matwork session. We're going to begin this session by standing to warm up the body, the upper body first and then the legs. But we're going to start off just finding a good standing position, and today we'll start off in Pilates stance. So bring your legs together, your feet together, and think of that connection between the legs, inner thighs, knees, calves and heels. But then I want you to rotate your thigh bones out in the hips, so the feet have turned into a small V position, but the legs are still connected together. And you should feel a sense of tone in the bottom and in the inner thighs as we draw the legs towards one another. The legs will remain active from a muscular sense, but we're going to start to move the upper body to begin with. So let's just think about lengthening through the spine, the crown of your head reaching to the ceiling, your chin parallel to the mat, and the chin drawing slightly in towards the neck, so the back of the neck feels lovely and long. And then arms float up in front of us, palms facing down to the floor. Then let's start off with your right arm coming up to the ear, the left arm down to your side, and come back to the center. Left arm up, right arm down, and back to the center. Breathing out as the arms separate, breathing in as you come back. Out and in. And I want you to think about the shoulders, the hips, always facing the front as you do this. There might be the temptation to twist the body a little bit as you move the arms, but I want you to really focus on opening the shoulders, width across the chest, but keeping the shoulders, the hips level to the front. Good. We'll do one more set to each arm, finishing with the left arm to the ear, and then let the arms relax, release the shoulders should you need to. Then let's increase the range a little bit. So we're going to come into windmill arms. Again, I want you to think about, well now more particularly, I want you to think about stabilizing through the center. So the rib cage just softening, connecting towards the hips, so that when we move the arms around the body, we're not tempted to move the spine. So let's begin in the same way. Arms out in front, palms facing down. The right arm will come up, the left arm will go down, but then the arms open out to the sides and they continue to come around so the left arm finishes at the ear. The arms return to the starting position, then the left arm goes to the ear, right arm down. Go out to the sides and around, right ear to the ear, left arm down. And we alternate. Around and back. And around and back. Good. So we breathe in to separate the arms. Breathe out to circle. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keeping that connection at the front of the body. Shoulders and hips facing the front. Legs still active, still connecting. Good, this will be your last set in each direction. That lovely windmilling movement of the arms, if there is such a word, and let your arms relax and release the shoulders. Good. So now we'll keep the upper body relaxed and just focus on the legs. And we are in Pilates stance, so we're going to carry on in this position with some pliés. So we're keeping length into the spine. Imagine your back is sliding up and down a wall behind you. So what you don't want to do is lean forwards away from the wall. You're going to keep your upright posture. So we're going to start off by softly bending the knees, sliding down that imaginary wall. Heels stay connected to the mat. Draw the legs together, squeeze the bum, connect the inner thighs, rise up onto the toes. Come back onto the heels. Softly bend the knees. Draw the legs together, rise back up, and release. We're breathing out as we bend, breathe in to return, breathe out to lift, and breathe in to lower. As much as possible, try to keep the heels connected or drawing towards one another as you lift. This is a really nice way to strengthen those calf muscles of the lower legs, which in turn helps support our ankles and our knees. Good. Make this your last rise up. Now what I want you to do is a prolonged and deeper plie. So let's start with a little bend. Take a breath in. Breathe out, bend a little bit more. Breathe in. breathe out, bend a little bit more, still keeping upright, still trying to keep those heels heavy, stretching the calves in the process. Draw the legs together and rise up. Come back into the heels, small bend, bigger bend, and then the biggest bend you can make with those heels down, the back upright. Connect the legs together, rise back up. We're going to do 2 more of these, getting a bit more opening across the hips, as well as that stretch for the calves, and now strengthening them as we rise up. This is our last one. Good. Legs draw together and we lift. And then come back into the heels. Let's give the legs a little shake out, releasing any tension. So now let's stand with the feet hip width apart, right underneath the hip sockets. You could go a little wider if you want, but what I want you to check first of all is when you bend your knees, do the knees track over those second toes as you look down to them? Hopefully they do, and what we don't want the knees to do is to drop inwards towards one another or to get wider. So hopefully the knees track those toes. The arms are going to come with us for the squats. I'm just going to turn to the side to show you the positioning. So arms will start off behind the body, palms turned in to face one another, the chest is open and the arms are long. And then as you breathe in, you're going to sit back into an imaginary chair, hinge your spine forwards, the arms float in front, and then you breathe out. You push yourself back to your good standing. So it's a breath in and a breath out. Breath in and a breath out. Your gaze will change. So when you're standing tall, you're looking straight in front of you. As you squat, you look through that space between your hands. Good. 2 more sets. Last one. Good. Shake out the legs if you need to, otherwise leave them where they are. We're going to add in an arm swing next, and this is lovely to get movement into the shoulder joints. But it also challenges our stability in our spines, as well as using those abdominal muscles. So let's start off in a squatting position. Left arm will swing back as the right arm swings forwards. You're going to stay in your squat and swing the arms. Keeping the shoulders stable, keeping the hips stable. You shouldn't feel any moving of the bottom or the chest. Everything stays still. Keep breathing as you're moving, maybe a breath in for one, the breath out for the other. Big, long swinging arms, strong, long arms. Last one to each arm. And then relax the arms, stand up tall. And if you need to shake out the legs, do. The quads will probably have felt that. We're going to finish off with a little lift of the heels to the alternate arm. So hopefully you can see my feet clearly enough for this. We're going to start off in a squat. Let's bring the right arm forward, left arm back, and stay there and lift your left heel. So whenever your one arm is forward, the opposite heel is lifted. And then let's alternate. So you stay in your squat and you pedal through the feet, peeling the heels up and placing them down, stretching the arches of the feet, moving through the toes, so flexing through the toes. It's a really nice exercise to articulate through the feet. Plus you're adding that challenge of stabilizing the spine, holding your squat, swinging your arms. Keep breathing. We'll do 2 more to each leg. And when you're finished, stand up straight, shake out those legs. Very good work, well done. So that's the warm-up completed. We're going to continue with the next video down onto your mats, into a 4-point kneeling position. So I'll see you there in a moment. Bye for now.